What if I told you that in the past 6 years, I have accumulated over 150 million views, made over $250,000 with less than 500 subscribers? But I didn't do this from this YouTube channel you're watching right now. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how I achieved this incredible milestone. I think the story is long overdue and is a key testament to thinking long term because nothing happens quickly. Now, my question to you is, are you curious to how I did this? You see, on December 1st, 2017, I posted my very first YouTube video. The past 6 years hasn't been easy. When I was first thinking about making this video, I wasn't sure if there was any value in it because I really haven't been as consistent as I should.
Do I think you're consistent? Yeah. Absolutely not.
Need to do better.
Like, why would anybody listen to me? I'm literally the king of inconsistency. But there's something within me that felt just right. I wanted to do this. You see, I've tried to make a lot of videos on YouTube and social media in general. You know, like we all want to make videos, we all want to become content creators, but I've never felt how I feel about this video. So I'm going to break this video down with a couple of questions. 1, why did I start? 2, why YouTube? 3, what happened? And finally, is it too late for you to start? I moved to America October of 2016. I was 18 at the time, and I remember getting off the cab on 5th Avenue and looking at all the tall buildings, and I was like, wow, there is so much more to the world. You see, I grew up watching a lot of movies and cartoons, so I wasn't super foreign to the idea of a huge city. But it's different watching something on TV and being present in person. I think this moment really left a big curiosity gap in my head, and the question I always like to ask myself is why? Like, why did this city change me so much? Now, let's talk about what I was doing at the time. I was making money doing music videos. I was attending film school. I moved to America for film school, and YouTube wasn't a paying job, but I felt this calling as a creator. And if I remember right, there were 2 things on my mind at the time. One was branding and the other was ownership. Because with music videos, you don't have the ownership. And with what I was learning in film school, I think that was the perfect catalyst that led me to say the 7 words. I, Donald, am going to be a YouTuber. I think that's 8. YouTube was a platform for me to really share and express my creativity. And it's crazy to think how much reach I've been able to achieve in such a short period of time. And you're probably like 150 million views. How were you able to do this? Do you have a secret channel somewhere? In the early days of YouTube, I was having fun. You know, I made videos like walking around New York City in 24 hours. I cut my friend's hair in like my first tattoo prank.
Please don't.
Don't.
I made a Nike Mall commercial and I even asked a friend of mine to marry me as a prank.
No, don't do that. Don't do that, please. Don't
I know
do
we
that.
haven't seen like in like a whole year, but...
No, Donald, stop. What are you pranking me? Is there like a video or something?
As low value as these videos were to me, I think these videos were important. I think making those videos were exciting. And in that moment, they made me want to create more. And as I continued creating, something interesting happened. I decided to stop directing music videos. I think this was a massive inflection point in my life because I had just published my very first short film. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think because like I really loved making that film. And this film was totally different from every other piece of content I'd ever done. But what surprised me was the response to that particular piece of content versus what I had been posting before. I started consuming YouTube a lot more because now I had so much time on my hands. And trust me, it was the craziest decision because like I really wasn't making any money at the time. The YouTube landscape was changing. You know, we went from couple pranks to vlogs to value-packed videos on productivity, finance, personal development. I saw creators putting in so much effort into their videos, like so much effort. Like you would see a video and you would want to make the same thing and like the FOMO would make you want to be a better creator. I went from watching Shane Dawson's documentary to Rice Gum's hilarious sketches to The Cloud House to daily vlogging, like the era of like Jake Paul and Logan Paul and Casey Neistat. And I remember even when like KSI decided to quit YouTube and like the Sidemen were also falling out. It's insane to think about how much YouTube has changed in the past 6 years. I remember the day it changed. On a random day, I received a call. It was my friend and she was like,
have you been? You know, I'm in America and I'm trying to make a documentary about 30 African women who are excelling in their different fields.
I was like, huh, That sounds very interesting. She was like,
We have to travel all over America to film and interview them.
and I was like, this is exciting. This is what I love. But then she said, like,
My budget is very small.
in that moment, I had two choices. I could either stay indoors or I could travel to document stories that I didn't know, to be honest, like would change the trajectory of my life. You know, when you make one of the best decisions you've ever made and you don't even know it. In the past 2 years, I have spent the time building what I would call my dream job. You know, a phrase I love to tell my team is that the company found me, picked me from a very dark place and showed me a path to create value, not just for myself, but a whole generation of creators. In 2021, I created a show with my first client on YouTube. This small YouTube channel with 500 subscribers had signed its first client. And funny thing is, like, we actually met on the set of that documentary. As time went on, I took the business side of things very seriously. That's how a Random Creative was born. I became the Random Creative on the internet. And I'll tell you how I found the name will be a story for another day. And recently I've been reading a lot about serendipity and how, like, you find good luck in unexpected and like fortunate discoveries. It's funny how one decision has really been the best decision. YouTube allowed me to see a part of my potential and believe in it, but it also helped me see the potential in others. So the last question is it too late for you? And as somebody who is still at this starting journey, if you really want to be a YouTuber, I need you to remember that YouTube is not just a platform. It's a movement, a conduit for self-growth that has the power to transform lives. Like, think about it. With less than 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, 532, I think I'm at 533 at the exact time of recording this video, I can confidently say that YouTube has transformed my life. And before you go into the comments, I know one of the reasons why I haven't grown is because I haven't been consistent. But that's something that I'm working on fixing. But I've spent the time helping 40 plus creators. I've helped creators hit 100,000 views. I've helped creators establish platforms. On this platform, I've helped creators create with purpose. I've helped creators understand the essence of telling your story, because it's not just about being consistent. It's about moving in purpose, making great videos, and most importantly, showing up in a way that you will be proud of. I want to be a part of a community of dreamers online, people who are hoping and are curious about how far we can take this, because this is just a starting point. And if you've ever considered starting your own YouTube channel, remember that it's not just about the numbers anymore. It's about embarking on a journey of personal growth, self-expression, and the potential to possibly change your life. So not only have I told you my story, but I'm going to be sharing more and diving into various parts of the creator ecosystem from my lens, of course, and the lenses of people that have made it possible for us to be dreamers. Take a look at the creative atmosphere right now. Everything is changing.
Without further ado, let's get to the video.
So there's work constantly happening every single day. You can't escape it. There's no way you can have wealth without actually working.
I am 0.001% of the other type of Africans that want to travel to this country.
Up to it, down to it. F those who don't do it. We do it because we're used to it. Cheers to getting F'd up.
At the start of this year, I asked myself, do you have the right tools and resources to adapt? Are you telling the right story? Are you moving in purpose? These are questions that I want you to ask yourself. And if you have any questions, please ask in the comments or send me a message directly to my Instagram. There are links in the description below. You can also subscribe for free to my Substack called The Random Creative on the Internet. And this is going to be a newsletter where I provide more insights on operating a creative agency, personal growth as a creator, and an in-depth look into the creator economy. I want to thank you for staying to the end. And I hope you enjoyed the very first episode of my first YouTube show, Are You Curious About Our Future? A show by Random Creative Media. Bye for now, and God bless. Talk soon.